Right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Bakar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule impeccably well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days, all right? This is the Brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch, and this will serve as an in-transit edition video, as you can see here on the screen, and as always, Lord willing, it be edifying unto you brothers out there and few sisters listening and learning. And you know, I'm going to jump straight into it. Earlier on today, you know, I was meditating upon, you know, the return of our Lord, Yahawashi, you know, as we often do. You know, and one of the, you know, main things I was meditating upon is, you know, the things that are going to be taking place upon the earth, all right? During the time period of, you know, the return of our Lord, which we are already, you know, in that time. You know, we're already in the time of, you know, the return of our Lord Yahawashi. And that's why, you know, you see, you know, these things taking place upon the earth. You know, whether you want to talk about, you know, wars and rumors of wars, whether you want to talk about, you know, the flooding that's currently taking place in Pakistan, you know, whether you want to deal with uproars of the people, you know, as it tells us about in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, you know, the scriptures also talk about in 2nd Ezra 15, you know, about, you know, regarding the people not, you know, respecting their leaders, you know, roughly paraphrasing. And all of these things are actually playing out right now, you know, on the earth, because, you know, we're in the time of the return of our Lord, you know, Yahawashi. And, you know, as it's written, you know, throughout many parts of the scriptures, all right, in many prophecies, you know, these are the things that will be taking place during the times of the coming of our Lord Yahawashi, all right? So, you know, we know how to measure the time diligently, as it tells us in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. And that's why we know that we're in the midst of the end of the world. Now, another reason we know that we're in the midst of the end of the world is because Esau is ruling. And when we go to 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9, you know, it tells us that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So there would be a particular nation of people, all right, beginning with the elites, that will be ruling the world at the time of the end of the world, all right, the wicked. All right, when we go into the book of Malachi, all right, it tells us about, you know, the borders of wickedness, all right, and that's Esau, Edom. And, you know, that nation of people would be ruling, all right, in the latter days, all right? That's what it means, you know, in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, all right, that wicked people would be ruling at the time of the end, all right, and they will be overthrown, all right, by Yahawashi, all right, and the elect, all right, beginning with the elect, you know, the Israelites, in the latter days, all right? So Esau is about to be dethroned in these last days, man, all right? But one particular thing, all right, with all that said, one particular thing that I was meditating upon, you know, earlier on today is, you know, how magnificent, you know, the return of our Lord is actually going to be, and how terrifying the return of our Lord is actually going to be, man, okay? Because we got to remember, you know, when we go to Daniel's chapter 12, you know, from the top on down, it tells us about a time upon the earth like never before, all right? And you really have to put that into perspective, because there's been many dreadful times upon the face of the earth that Yahweh Shem Yahawashi has caused to play out, all right? And the main one, you know, that comes to mind right now is the flood, all right? The flood, all right? And anyone that knows, you know, about the flood and about, you know, the lives that were taken due to the flood, all right, you know that that's truly devastating, okay? And that's the power, you know, of our Lord, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that caused that terrible but righteously, you know, the scriptures talk about righteous indignation. That was the righteous anger, you know, of our Lord, okay? That was the righteous anger of our Lord, because there was too much wickedness, you know, playing out upon the face of the earth, all right? And again, you know, to quote 2 Esdras 15, you know, it also talks about, you know, when evils, you know, were greatly multiplied upon the earth. And we're living in that time now where evils are greatly multiplied upon the face of the earth. So that's why the Lord is about to visit the earth again, you know, which he made, you know, quoting 2 Esdras 9 once again, and destroy it. You know, Amos 9 and 8, you know, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and he shall destroy it from off of the face of the earth. And Salakia, you know, I know I'm a bit all over the place, but, you know, Lord willing, you know, it's making sense. But this is what I was thinking of earlier. It's like, you know, there's a dreadful time that's about to manifest itself upon the face of the earth, and people are clearly not ready for that time. All right, now this is why you see, you know, all of these things happening on the earth. This is why, you know, Pakistan is flooded. All right, this is why, you know, you're having all of these dreadful events happen throughout the four corners. This is why, you know, you're having uproars of the people. This is why, you know, governments are warring, you know, against the people, because people are losing their mind. All right. Now again, you have this cost of living crisis. Okay, you have the energy bills going sky high. All right. And these things are causing many problems upon the earth, man. A brother posted a screenshot of a restaurant owner, and he was basically going into how you know, he's I think his monthly bill or yearly bill, his yearly bill for his restaurant was about 2,000 something pounds, right? And I think it was in pounds, if I'm not mistaken. And then due to the energy crisis, all right, that's been happening, his bill shot up to like 20K, all right, 20K a year, which is you know, much more, you know, that he even earns in profits, man. All right, so basically that shop more than likely is going to close down, and you got to really think and put that into perspective, because you're going to have many shops that are going to close down just because they're not able to afford, you know, their new energy quote. All right, so pure devastation is unraveling upon the face of the earth, man. Okay. And again, you know, to jump back to Daniel's 12, you know, a time like never before upon the face of the earth. All right, let's get back to that. As I said, my mind is a bit jumbled today, so you know, bear with me. But as I was saying, you know, regarding Daniel's 12, regarding a time like never before upon the face of the earth, and you have to put that into perspective. Now we already spoke about, you know, the flood. You know what happened during the flood. You know how much souls, you know, spirits were sent back to the spirit realm, you know, during that event. Okay, so you just really got to imagine now, you know, things are more wicked now. All right, because we're under the rulership of Esau Edom. All right, and what does it say in Job 9 and 24? That the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Okay, so things are more wicked now. Okay, wickedness has greatly multiplied upon the face of the earth under the rulership of Esau Edom. All right, so how angry, all right, do you think the Lord is right now? All right, the scriptures say that the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. All right, the Lord is angry with the wicked every day, man. So what kind of wrath and righteous indignation do you think that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be coming with in these latter days, man? Knowing how wicked, you know, this society is that we're currently abiding in. Okay, it's going to be a very terrible judgment, man. Okay, and that's why, you know, I believe it's in the book of Zechariah 12, if I'm not mistaken, where it talks about, you know, a day of gloominess, a day of great darkness. Okay, all right, because you're going to have ICBM missiles. You're going to have, you know, World War III playing out upon the face of the earth, man. Okay, you're going to have the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Makar Kodash, all right, throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? And they're already here, all right? There's already sightings, you know, an increase in number of sightings of these chariots on the earth, okay? In the skies, in the heavens, okay? People, you know, capturing new footage every single day, okay? And that's terrifying people because they don't know what it is. And they know it's a threat to the security, all right, of Babylon, all right? That they do know. That's why they're always trying to monitor, you know, the heavens, okay? And build artillery in order to in order to protect themselves against, you know, the invasion that's coming to the world, okay? Through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to protect themselves, man. Okay, but that's going to be a battle that they're not going to be able to protect themselves from, okay? Because the technology, all right, the spiritual technology that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is coming with, all right, it's going to be no match. The artillery that Esau has and is developing is going to be no match for the spiritual technology of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that has existed from the very beginning. All right, so there's nothing that Esau can, you know, concoct in these labs, you know, in these places where they build these weapons that's going to be able to stand up against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, and you know, it pretty much summarizes that in 2 Esdras, the 13th chapter. All right, it's going to be a devastating destruction upon Esau, Edom, and his and the world armies. Okay, and that's what's coming. And people don't understand how terrifying, you know, this day is actually going to be, the day of the Lord, you know, the day of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, in Wisdom of Solomon, it talks about apparitions. Okay, beasts newly created. All right, you're going to have beasts that you've never even seen before, all right, that are going to manifest out of nowhere. There's going to be a lot of strange things happening. Okay, there's going to be a lot of strange, unexplainable, you know, phenomenons happening upon the earth that people are not going to be able to explain, put into words, that's going to completely bug them out. Okay, people are going to be trembling. Grown men are going to be trembling. Okay, people are going to be very fearful because remember, we live in a very carnal society. All right, and Esau pushes carnality. He doesn't push, you know, the spiritual side of things unless it's on the left-hand side. So when people start seeing, you know, all of this spiritual activity heightening on the earth, they're not going to be able to process that information and to process the events that they're actually experiencing right before their eyes. They're not going to be able to do it, all right, because they're not used to seeing these things, all right? Esau hasn't explained, you know, to the people that, look, man, you know, there's a higher power. You know, he's a so-called black man, you know, and the chariots, you know, they're really the UFOs are really the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Esau's not telling you this information, but the prophets are. You know, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai are telling you this information. Okay, and those that believe, believe. Those that don't, you know, you're about to experience a rude awakening. All right, so this is a great time that's about to unfold upon the face of the earth, man. It tells you also in 2 Esdras 9, you know, there's a lot in 2 Esdras 9, man. You know, it tells you, you know, regarding the Lord bringing endings in effects and signs, you know, endings in effects and signs. And that is playing out on the earth, man. All right, that's undeniable, you know, that these things are actually playing out upon the face of the earth. Endings in effects and signs. You're having signs in the heavens. Okay, the scriptures talk about, you know, all kinds of, you know, signs in the heavens. You know, you got comets, you got eclipses, you know, you got the chariots, you know, of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that people are seeing every day. Okay, you got, you know, the different moons that come in. Okay, there's a whole load of things that's happening, you know, all the time, but only those that have the spiritual understanding and discernment, you know, actually know what's going on. Okay. So things are getting heavy in the spirit, man, you know, and it's a beautiful time to be alive, because for those that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and that have been, you know, awaiting his coming, you know, we're about to have our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, confirmed in the biggest way. All right, our faith is about to be confirmed, man. Okay, because, you know, we beginning with our, you know, apostles and elders, you know, of Great Millstone. They've been in this thing for decades, man. All right, they've been in this for many decades, and they've been saying the same thing over and over again. all right? Because this truth is repetitious. You know, until things are fulfilled, you know, we talk about them. We're going to be saying the same thing until the Lord comes, man, all right? Especially, you know, when we talk about the MOTB, all right? Because it's a very important prophecy, all right? Because if you take, you know, that MOTB, then, hey, you're going to be destroyed, all right? You're going to be destroyed, man, out to you Israelites out there, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right? So take the example, you know, from our apostles and elders. They've been saying these things for the longest time, and now you're seeing how all of these things they've been talking about throughout the years, throughout the decades, are actually coming to pass upon the face of the earth, man. And it's a beautiful thing. But people ain't ready for what's about to go down, man. They ain't ready to see, you know, apparitions. They ain't ready to, you know, experience heightened spiritual activity upon the face of the earth, man. They think this is a joke. But hey, we're about to see real soon, you know, who the joke was really on, all right? But with that, you know, I'm nearly at the camp now, so you know, Lord willing, this video, you know, is edifying, you know, to you brothers out there, and a few sisters listening and learning. And until the next time, I'll say shalom.